I'm live on YouTube now too. What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? Still on Twitch. You already know it's Heavy Brew campaign on Twitch. And yeah, Heavy Brew campaign. Yep, that's how you find me on Twitch. And, I go live on Twitch all the time, and I'm starting to go live on YouTube. Oh man, so let's get straight into it. We ain't gotta wait, we ain't gotta guess, we ain't gotta do nothing like that. We just getting ready to get straight into this. Let's talk about Krishan and Blueface in the No Jumper interview with Sharp and Gina Views. Whoa. Whoa. It was just one person in YouTube too. Listen, it was one person in YouTube. So yeah, hopefully they come back. If not, then it is what it is. Another person to come. But anyway, yeah, that is so wow. Watching that interview, so boom, I was asleep and I had turned the interview on out of my sleep, which you should never do. You should never hop into no shit like that when you just now waking up. You should meditate, do a prayer, ground down, get it going, but don't go hop straight into no shit like that because whoa, from her being dragged out, from them blatantly ignoring the interviewers and having their own private conversations, from the way they speak to each other, from the way he speaks to her and about her, and the way that she don't listen to nothing or nobody. Once she got her mind made up about some shit, it is what it is. And she's finna go there. Listen, whoa. So let's start from the beginning. I'm not finna pull a video up. So I'm gonna just go through certain points, man. This is really crazy. Oh, shout out Back on Fig is on right now. Wow, I forgot they come on Fridays. That's what's up though. That's what's up. Let's go. Wow. Yeah, Krishan, Blueface, shout out to Sharp Tank. Wow, the Sharp Tank, he was really putting it on. He always put it on in his interviews. He always go real hard, real hard, real hard. And then he be like, I didn't know I was like that. He just one of them people, who's not probably kind of really super aware of what's coming out. And usually people like that tend to be hurt people where they're just going, they going at you and to the point where they don't even know what's going on. They just letting everything go and no control over themselves. And so he was going there, but he did. You feel me? They're such, which is so crazy, is they're actually superstars. They are superstars because the way they was sitting up, compared to regular people, compared to how they look compared to Gina Views and Sharp, how they looked on that couch, it was like low key, like they had a little glow around them, like it had a little aura. So shout out to them. It did look like that. Like they wore all black. Hey, listen, Gina Views and Sharp, what's up? Y'all had all black on. Y'all knew y'all was finna come in and kill it. Like y'all knew it was finna be some shit. DOA, you feel me? Y'all must have knew something. Y'all must have knew something. So, bruh, as soon as the interview start, okay, as soon as the interview start, right, they talking they shit, right? They asking her all the questions, and then when they brought up the glass in the head, right? When they brought up the glass in the head, I already didn't like the way they was asking her me a question, but you know what? That's why I was in the interview. Charlemagne the God did that to everybody. He did not discriminate. Sharp is like a Charlemagne the God, like, and you see where Charlemagne the God is now. He's an advocate for mental health after he used to be doing the same thing that Sharp do to his guests, and then now he's an advocate. But okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's real cool, man. Shout out. Some people can change, but some people can change not that much. You know, and change does take time. You know, it does take time. But anyway, let's go back to it. And mind y'all, I'm watching too. Okay, so basically, so what happened was they asked her about the cup, and this is 16 minutes in, this 15, 16. This is quick, it was quick. 15 minutes in, she's asking about the what happened, you know. So then they're telling it, or Blueface got to telling what he feel, and so Krishan said, I didn't hit you first. You hit me first. That's why I hit you in the head with the glass. Not saying busting somebody up their head upside their head with some glass is what it is. But listen, I was taught in a fight, ain't no rules. And ain't no rules. And she must have been taught that too, because she really cracked this boy in the back of the head. And anything could have happened. Anything could have happened when he was beating her up first, when he socked her first, or he did whatever he did first. I remember that episode in Crazy in Love. It was probably like the third episode where um when she busted him in the back of the head, but she was black and blue. Did y'all see from one side of her was black and blue, and he was busted in the head, and she was black and blue though. Like they had been beating the shit out of each other. It looked so crazy. And I feel like both of them be wanting to people to feel bad for him. Oh, I want people to feel bad for me. Oh, I want people to feel bad for me. Oh, take my side. Oh, take my side. Oh, take my side. No, no. With relationships like this and people like this, you don't take their side. You let them rock. You let them do what they gonna do. All right, let's watch the episode. Oh, so she said you acting like a bitch. So that's they said that's her weird story. Oh, you acting like a bitch. Excuse me. Corona. They say, oh, you acting like a bitch. So when she said why you acting like a bitch, it must have been the wrong time for somebody to call him a bitch. He probably didn't want to hear that shit in that moment, you know. I'm pretty sure this not her first or her last time calling him a bitch. But and kind of letting it slide. He probably was letting it slide this particular time and that particular day. She didn't want to hear, he didn't want to be called no bitch. He must have been in front of some other people. Something was going on. Okay, man, you don't gotta hunk the horn. But if he must have been around some folks. He didn't want you to call him no bitch. And she ain't got discernment. You know, some people cool. Some people can what is it? Some people can know the room. You know, as simple as that. Some people can look around the room and know what kind of vibe the room is and what you can and can't do. So you have a discernment about the way you're gonna move depending on where you at. Some people just gonna be they self no matter what. Some people don't care where they at, who they what, nothing. They don't care where they at, who's around, anything like that. They gonna continuously be they self, right? And that's a gift. But in the interview, toward the I think toward the ending, he was saying, I just want Rock to use her powers for good all the time. But you know what? Hey, those powers, that's gonna come with time, bro. Because she still got things that's um making her heavy and making shit dark, you know, making things go dark, you know. Cause ain't the villain as powerful as the superhero? Don't the villain got powers too? You know, and if the villain just be a hurt person, every time we look at the villain in the beginning of the movies, they be a hurt person. They be the person people humiliated. They be the person people laughed at, beat up, didn't accept, you know, didn't want to hang out with. You feel me? The most like the one that was downed on is usually either they become the villain a lot, you know. Superhero always have a they get taken away from their parents in the movies. I don't know why. Or a lot of them don't be growing up with their parents, or they either get taken from their parents or a parent passes away. And it makes them go off and go be on their own, you know, and go find a family, or they end up by themselves, or they go and find a tribe to belong to. That's what happens. It's like the in a way, yeah, that's the dynamic. And I don't know why that correlates with what's going on here, but I'm pretty sure it'll come to me because it seems like that here, you know. But anyway, you know what? I be hating sometimes to do these damn lies because I be thinking like, yo, I speak a little weird sometimes, you know, like whoa. the thoughts that I be having, and then sometimes, I get a little shy or I get a little something about the fact that, I stop in the middle of my sentence, I say, or I take pauses and things like that. It's really because I'm just thinking about, I'm a thinker too. So as I'm talking, I'm thinking, and I want to come off where people can understand me. But I gotta understand that if people want to understand, they gonna understand. If they don't, they don't. And it's not my fault. It had nothing to do with me. If anybody understand where I'm coming from, or if they don't, I'm just trying to get my message across, and this is the only way I know how to get my message across until I find other ways of communicating. But this is me right here, and this is me right now. So, yeah, back to it. This interview was very something else. I felt like, my honest opinion. Let me just I haven't watched it today. It came out yesterday. I watched it about 2, 3 times yesterday. And I'm gonna keep it a buck just to analyze, because when I first seen it, I was on her side. I was on Krishan's side. I couldn't even see nobody's side. I had to reassess myself and say, because my whole focus was on her. Boom, we know she's a star. Everybody's gonna watch her. You know, that's how you know you got star power. When everybody else is obsolete, you're staring. You pick your favorite, your star. You pick the person that you're gonna pay attention to the most. That's a star. No matter what they got going on, anything, we just gonna rock with it. So immediately in the interview, I felt like everybody was ganging up on her. They was trying to get her out of her character, get her out of her bag. Really, I feel like some for views, yeah, for views, and then some people just to say they did. But at the end of the day, at the end of the interview, they kept saying, "Yeah, we want her to come back. We want to interview her again." They was looking for her because they was interviewing Blueface by himself, and yeah, Blueface is entertaining. He's a very entertaining person, and he's a star in his own right. But her star is bigger than his. So yeah, yeah, it's just the life we live. It's the life we live. Anyway, let's go back to it. So yeah, that's how I felt. I felt like it was too much going on. Gina Views, I felt like Gina Views is since being around all men cast and no jumper, she lost her femininity. Basically, I'm saying is, in femininity, you have some type of solidarity when it comes to another female, like that's in the building, because you can understand how I feel like when dudes, or when the dudes are coming at you in a way, like, how that feel. This is not the first time you've seen some dudes, control the room over you, and say some things you don't agree with, but they do have the bigger presence and more dominant. So it kind of shuts you up, shuts you down in a way. But Krishan is still trying to fight and navigate through it, because she could be like somebody like Gina Views, who is gonna agree with it, even though it's wrong. So I seen Gina sitting up there, man, and she was getting quiet. She was staying to herself because you knew it was wrong. You knew you got to stand up. That's what sets you apart. That's what it make you really stand out and really get it going, when you just stand on some shit. You stand on the principle like, yeah, I am a woman. You don't lose your femininity. You don't be silenced by them. And you don't be silenced by people when you know what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Yeah, I do know, choose your battles wisely, but this was a moment where you could have, because this was gonna go crazy no matter what. You'll never lose your respect. You can never use your respect on here, because this interview is 1.6 million in one day. That's more than probably any no jumper episode in a day. Who else got that in one day? Nobody. So yeah, it would have catapulted you anyway, but it gave you more of a respect to be like, yeah, that be like more women to be comfortable coming through there. Because they know, oh, Gina got me, so I'll get an interview with Gina. I want to interview with Gina. It would have set you apart. It would have gave you your own lane, because right there, to me, it feel like you trying to search for your own lane inside of there, instead of creating your own lane, riding these dudes' waves and lanes. Ride your own. You got your own, but you got to stand in who you is and what's right and what's wrong. That's how you'll get it. Anyway, yeah. Blueface even had to get that Shark, and he gave me what I knew about Shark. He gave me what I already knew about Shark, bro. Shark being me, mama white, daddy black. Daddy was hard on the mama, probably bumped out. His mom was putting dudes over him, probably abused, probably just abused, misused, treated cruel. The villain, you turn you into a villain, and he got it out for women. He loved people. He loved women. It's like a duel with him, because he ain't all bad. But when his camera cut on and it's a bitch in front of him and there's some niggas he trying to impress, he's finna get on you. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. And this catapulted Sharp into a whole nother atmosphere. Now he's gonna get talked about for real. He's gonna get talked about amongst those podcasters. He's gonna get more of a diverse audience coming to him now. Because remember, before he was just talking to women. He just talked to prostitutes and strippers and things like that, girls that he used to. So he know them triggers, he know them points to say, because it's the same script with every bitch. The script don't change it, you know. So now with the interviews that's gonna come in from this whopping 1.6 million in one day, it's gonna force Sharp to be diverse, and come up with a different style, because you can't go hard on a pop singer or executive or somebody that's almost a podcaster that's almost on your level, or people that got things going on. That's not what you're used to. So it's gonna make him have to come out a little more. So I'm excited to see that. Or sometimes it won't. Because when he didn't interview his pimp buddies and certain dudes or certain people, it was just this one chick I remember came on there. And she just was the type of person who was gonna be herself no matter what and accept who she was. So she was like basically like really a stumped down nasty lady, like cougar lady, just with the business. And shout out to her. And she just was like, yeah, I did this, that, and this. And she's smiling. He like, are you serious? He want to go in, but how you gonna go in on somebody who accept love themselves? Don't give a fuck what you say. She didn't already accepted, so it is what it is. She getting all. She's smiling. As more outraged as you is, she's smiling. I remember that interview. So that was a really good interview because he wasn't allowed to get off. And that's triggering for people, bro, to listen to you go off. You feel me? Getting that, like, get that bitch like that. Like that shit, some of that shit is very triggering. That shit is like, yo, why is it getting at her like that? You know? They make a lot of people want to put on their cape and save that bitch, even if she not something to be saved, you know. Even if you feel like they not something to be saved, shit, it make people want to put on that cape when they see you going at people like that. When you doing your villain shit, some people want to be the hero because you're coming in like the villain, you know. Uh, yeah, it was like an off and on they feel bad for with Christian. It was an off and on. One minute the interviewers will feel bad and want to baby her and get her right, and then the next moment they was on their ass. When Blueface said get on her ass, that's when they was on her ass. But if they was trying to agree with him, they was on her ass. Now, on some just period shit, she a star. You know how people get when they in the room with a star, they'll fan out. You know, they was only on her ass like that because of Blueface. Because they was either trying to impress him or and what you want to impress this bitch because she the star. You know, he said he wants to resort to that bag. He wants to become Barry Gordy. He want to become an executive. He wants to become a boss. This man is on his way to becoming a media proprietor because he already got Blueface Club. That's TV. Crazy in Love, right? He don't own Crazy in Love, but I'm pretty sure that they negotiated something. I feel like Zeus is so new and so lean that they didn't gave them some type of deal where they have some ownership in that because Krishan is now a household name over there as Zeus. She's being managed by them. Her music career is being managed. So I feel like all her business is coming up out of Zeus. If it's not coming out of Blueface, and then oh man, they starting their own network. See, they trying to. Well, he's gone. I feel like his plan is to, you feel me, become a media mogul, because that's what he doing. He focused now. He say he fell out of love with the music. He like, yeah, I got in the door. That's what I need to get in the door. That's called a door opener. That's called what you do when you trying to get in that door. He became a rapper, did the rapping shit. Now you feel me? He seen the real shit. He like, okay, the rapping ain't no real shit. This the real shit. The media and how everybody was fucking on OnlyFans. A lot of people was fucking. Like nobody started no reality TV show. Like this nigga did. Like I ain't seen nobody else with no reality TV show on OnlyFans. I see a lot of people during that pandemic and even after fucking and showing their ass, showing their pussy, showing their titties, showing their dick, showing their balls, showing their nipples, showing everybody fucking getting head. All that, like that's what people resorted to. The celebrities. So that's what they in there doing. All that fucking. And then but this nigga started, I think he fucked a little bit probably, but he started a reality TV show, a Bad Girls Club on OnlyFans. Instead of YouTube, like everybody else do, and wait for those views, wait for those attentions, and you know what the deal is. YouTube, the type they want your ass. They got rules. They are a major corporation. They not brand new like they was back in the day. You know, like I'm pretty. I don't remember YouTube back in the day. I don't. I remember it a while ago. Like I was watching YouTube on a desktop computer. You know, I remember that YouTube where anything goes. I don't think any sex went. That it's always not been like that. No sex or nothing like that. But that's probably what set them apart from any other um, way to get music. But before I knew people had to download LimeWire, I remember I was one of them kids. I was downloading BearShare, LimeWire, and shit. Trying to get music. And YouTube came, right, and then at one point in time with YouTube, they this thing where you can download the music from YouTube. And once I got on that, it was a wrap too. I got all my shit, because YouTube had all the music that people wasn't releasing on like back in the day shit, what is it, CDs. It wasn't nothing too crazy, like the songs you hear on MySpace. Yeah, the songs you would hear on MySpace, right? And they had iTunes too, and iTunes back then you had to pay. Yeah, that was what it was. It was Apple's ass. It was iTunes. You had to literally pay for iTunes. Are you serious? So every song was like $1. Yeah, yeah, we young. I'm about to, I know some people did, but no, I don't think I did. Once I got me an iPod, I learned how to download music. You feel me? BearShare, LimeWire, and yeah, and all you gotta do download the bitch and the download, and then you can drag it and put it in your iTunes, nigga. And got all your music. Download your shit on a fucking on your iPod, nigga. Plug your bitch in and go. And we had to think iPods. We even had an iPod Touch at one point in time. See, that was before I had an iPhone. Before I had an iPhone, I had an iPod Touch. That shit got me ready for an iPhone, you know. And I still had a regular phone, so I had an iPod Touch, and then I had my phone. And ain't no internet unless you go to places with Wi-Fi. And back then, all places did not have Wi-Fi. All places did not have fucking Wi-Fi. Wherever you went, all places did not have Wi-Fi. You had to, like, certain places had Wi-Fi, and then my mom had some Wi-Fi. I would go to some family members' house, like my granny and aunties and things like that, and they did not have no Wi-Fi. Some people was up on it, and some people was not. You know, so you just listen to music, and then when you get on some Wi-Fi, then you can check your socials and go up. But once you was outside, you was outside, and you know what? I love that. I love that, but I love the world we live in now because you can literally, you got the whole world at your on your fingertips, like a goddamn super, like a fucking super, like we talking about heroes and villains, like you know, like a superpower. You got it on your hand, nigga. You can research anything, you can go anywhere, you can wherever you can make whatever you want happen in the palm of your hand, bro. Shit, nigga. You know. He got the whole world in her hand. She got the whole world in her hand. She got the whole world in her hand. She got the whole world in her hands. That's how I feel. The whole world is in your fucking hands. Anyway, back to him. I had a lot to say. I was on Facebook and I was going up last night. It was fresh. Everybody was talking about it. Um, on the Facebook and just saying my opinion. I think I got it all out on Facebook last night. And just to sum it up, exactly what I said, man. So this was a content genius. The thing about content is the more you be yourself, the more money you make. That's content. The more you be your fucking self, the more you get noticed, the more money you make, the more everything. The whole interview, them two was being they self. The whole entire interview. Krishan Rock and Blueface was being their selves. They wasn't being nobody else. They wasn't trying to act like they had it all together, figured out anything like that. They was literally just being their motherfucking self. And that's how you gotta be yourself all the time. And look, what's happening? They just being they self. Yeah, they in the middle of interviews, bruh. They in the middle of the interviews fighting, having one-on-one conversations, and it's a four-part person conversation. You know what's going on. You know what type of time they on. For them to do that, they on some wild style party time. When I say wild style party time, they on some different shit. For real, they on some real authentic shit. Let me not call them crazy or nothing like that. But yeah, I agree with it. But you know what I don't agree with? And let's just keep it a buck. I don't agree with fighting. Like, yeah. Nobody should be black and blue, and nobody head should be busted. That's not cool. That's not cool. But if anybody has ever been in like a relationship, and shit, let's just keep it a buck. You feel me? You ain't doing it to that extent, but you over there doing some bullshit too. You over there doing some bullshit too. You're not being cool too. You know, not being cool, bruh. But I'm looking around. I'm chilling though. I ain't got too much going on. It's almost my birthday. January 22nd. What's this? 2023? 2023, and I'll be two. Yeah. 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 You better fucking know it. You better know it. All right, I'm actually gonna go live on Heavy Brew Campaign's actual page on YouTube. So